Welcome back. In today's video, we are going to continue on our project, and today we are going to look at delete functionalities. We are going to refine our responsive and also work on our inventory management. Okay, so here right now we have done great job already. We have all these nice things going on in our app right now. So what I want to add is one touch of this delete, the delete functionality. Okay, so if you go to this delete button, is found in the table. Okay, if I go to this table right now, okay, let's start with going to the table, components, dashboard, and data table, and I can quickly see the button for the delete is here. Okay, so one thing we can do is adding an event listener, like on a click here. Okay, we can attach an event listener for the click, and if you do that, now what I just want you to know is by default this is client side. Okay, server side right now. You can see this is server side, everything. So the first thing you're going to do is we have to isolate this button, and we take away from here and we take it to some place. Okay, so I'm just going to get this. This is because why I'm getting it away from here is because it is going to have a lot of code on it, and you don't want to add this code within this. Okay, and the fact that it's going to be taking in some other function, so we want to make it also dynamic. I'm just going to create a component for this delete button. Okay, and this is the good strategy also. At the same time, if you are ever having anything that is going to turn a component into a client side, it is advisable you take that component and you abstract it in its own component instead of making this whole thing a client side. Okay, so let me just go and copy this. Okay, after copying it, I'm creating a component. I'm just going to say delete btn. So delete, I think we just create a delete btn dot jsx. Okay, just have a delete btn dot jsx. I'm just going to come here and I say rfc. Okay, okay, and then inside here I'm just going to simply copy and paste this button. Not really that one. Did I copy this? What's wrong with my PC today? The energy of my PC today is too low. Okay, where is the delete? Okay, so the energy today of my PC, guys, is very low, but let's try to stay with it. So I have my delete button here, and the only thing we need here is if I go to this delete, I just want to replace it with delete btn now. So I'm just going to remove this and I'm just going to replace it with the delete btn, just like that. And let's see if this actually has nothing it has affected onto the UI. It should remain exactly the same. Okay, let's see. Okay, trash is not defined. Okay, let me first close actually all these other ones, cause this and then this. Okay, I'm just going to remain with only this. Where is this delete button? Just click on this. Just import this trash from Roasted, just like this. Okay, let's just go and see if this now is okay. Okay, so we still have now our delete button. So the first thing is actually creating here a simple function. Okay, just say function handle delete, maybe. Okay, just say function handle delete. Okay, and right now just say console.log button clicked, and whenever you just use anything to do with on click. So if I just say right now on click is going to be handle delete. Now if I do that, this one needs to be a client component. Okay, because clicking the on click is an event, and all events are onto the browser, and that one makes it to be a client task. Okay, so this one has to be turned into use client. Okay, now let's just go back, and I'm just going to go to, in fact, instead of, I'm just going to alert. Let me just simply alert. Okay, still I'm just going to bring up my console. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, and you can see button clicked. This is great. Normally when we are going to delete, first of all we need the ID of whatever we are going to delete, and at the same time we also need the endpoint. Okay, because we are going to perform a request to the API, an API request that is going to be deleting this. Okay, we need to have a way of how we are going to send the request. Okay, so one thing we can do also is passing an ID into this. So on the data table here, I know we have fully access to the data. Okay, if you see here in this, we have the item. Okay, we have the item, and that means I can say, for instance, in the delete, I can pass in here ID is equal to, I can pass in actually ID and the resource. So I can just pass in like ID is equal to item dot ID. Okay, I can pass in something like that, and then we can also pass in the resource. I don't know if this is the resource title. Okay, for instance, it will have to be the categories. I'll just check on this, but right now let's first access the ID. So now I am passing this ID to the delete button. I can access it here. Okay, I can just say ID. Okay, and then here I can just simply concatenate this ID here. Okay, so let me just see here if we are able to see the the button. Okay, so you can see button clicked and we have this ID. If I click onto this, we have the ID, and onto this we have different ID. So we are having now access to the ID. So now one thing we just need is to perform a request. We need to perform an API, sending an API request that is going to be deleting this. Okay, we have to perform a fetch request that is going to be asking to delete this endpoint. So in doing so, and this is how this thing has to look like. For instance, const, okay, response is equal to await fetch, and then we pass here the endpoint. For instance, we can just say http localhost 3000 localhost 3000, okay, API, and we say maybe categories, and then slash. Now here we can actually attach the ID is equal to whatever. Okay, we can just attach something like this. So first, let me make this one as an async function. So this one becomes async, await is okay now. So first of all, I'm just going to abstract the base URL here. Const base URL is going to be equal to process dot env dot, okay, can just stop here to see at all the, and then we have next public base URL. And by the way, for the purposes of where we have been using base URL, I created an env file. In the environmental variables, you can add this next public base URL to actually point to your base URL, and we'll explain this when we reach on hosting. This is very important that you put your base URL in the environmental variables, because this becomes easy to modify when we are in production. Okay, so make sure that whatever name you give, do not give just base URL. You must attach this next public. So all the environmental variables that are going to be used in the front end, okay, they're going to be used in the client side. Make sure that they have this, they start with next public. Okay, so you must start with the next public, and then you will now attach whatever you want to put. So create this, and then now we can use it in this way. For instance, base URL is process.env next public base URL. So wherever we have this, first I'm just going to remove this and put it in terms of that. So the first thing you're going to have here is to have the base URL. So I'm just going to say $base URL. That is cool. And then API categories. So this one is going to be the we could pass in the endpoint itself, but I think we can just simply pass in the endpoint. So yes, we're going also to receive here the endpoint. So just say endpoint, just like that, and then you can just use this endpoint here into this categories, and just say $endpoint, just like that. And then we have this ID. So we are going to say question mark ID is equal to, so this is equal to $ID, just like that. And then of course you're just going to pass in something like this. Method, most important is here is the method, and the method is the delete. Here we don't send any data or anything, we only send the method delete, as simple as that. But of course, before we make this what we are going to do is that we have to actually have like a confirmation when someone clicks onto this button. We don't want direct to delete, we want to give them a nice confirmation message asking them if they intend to do this. Okay, so we have to get a way of actually having a confirmation. So with that, we are going to look, I was looking for something that is nice. We are going to use a sweet alert. Okay, so I have not used sweet alert, by the way. I've been using a simple confirm. Okay, we could create a confirm. We could just create a simple confirm. Okay, within this function like const confirm. Then if it is confirmed, just using by the default browser confirm, and that one you just do it something like you could just say, for instance, const confirmed. You could do something like const confirmed, and you say is equal to confirm. So the browser has this confirm, and you can just say, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? For instance, this, and then you could just like now have this one will be just like a question, and I could just come here and I say, for instance, if confirmed, confirmed. Okay, if confirmed, then I can just do something. Okay, before doing this, let me first comment this. I could just say confirm. I just say here alert confirmed. So here I can just say alert confirmed, errors not confirmed. Okay, just say errors, maybe alert not confirmed. Okay, maybe not confirmed. Okay, so this is what I used to use previously in my projects. A simple alert, and you think you just have to refresh. Okay, they just here, so you can see. I'm just going to, if you say cancel, so if you just say, you click here, you see confirmed. What is that? Let me just first refresh, guys. There is a lot going on here. What is that? Like, is this running like like infinitely here? Const confirmed is equal confirm. Whatever, just this, you're not going to use this confirmed. I'm just going to find a better way, and we are going to use a sweet alert. Okay, this one we're not going to use it. I'm just going to have this first of all here. So I'm just going to go to so I don't know whatever I've just done. This is crazy now. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and install the sweet alert. Okay, so according to the documentation, you're supposed to install this npm install sweet alert 2. Just going to bring up my terminal here right now. Open a new terminal window. and this second terminal window, I'm just going to install the suite alert. Okay, yeah, just like this. What is that? Npm install suite alert 2. So just say npm install suite alert 2, just like that, suite alert 2. Okay, just install. Okay, so as we are waiting for it to install, I'm just going to go ahead and see how this works. So you could just go to usage, and you can see here import the plugin, and then start using it. Okay, step number 2 is after you have imported the plugin, you can call this the swar function they give you, and I think that's it. Okay, so they have integration with React. Okay, they have integration with React, and it is always good to read like those guides. Okay, if there is for React or for this, you could always check to see if there is something you need to. And for some reason, actually my internet is off. Just a second, guys, my internet is off. Okay, so we are back. So here I've installed the suite alert, added the package was added, and now just what I want to see is now the documentation. They have React and some others, but I'm just going to, I need to add this this thing here. If you click it, we need something like this. Are you sure? You want to be able to revert this, blah 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 blah. Yes, delete, and then we have the cancel. So I just want to know how this is going to work. I don't know if I'm supposed to put then if the result is confirmed, then title deleted, blah blah. So I think I'm supposed to put our functionality inside here. Okay, let me just copy this, copy that, and let's take this to our function here. So just add this here, and I don't know if you're supposed to import swar. Okay, just get the swar, and let's see if this works. Okay, let's just see. The only thing we have just done, guys, is we installed the package, and now you just go to suite alert, go to examples, and there are so many examples. You just click on it and see the one you want. So you scroll down to where you have there is this. There are so many, but there is this one. Yeah, so this is the one wanted. Okay, yeah, so this is the one. They have so many, you can just go and look at whatever you want. Okay, there is this, yes, delete, there is cancel. So you just try whatever you just want. Okay, let's try this we have put. Let me see. Oh yeah, so we have this. Are you sure? You want to be able to revert this? Yes, delete it. We have cancel. So if we click on yes, you see deleted. Your file has been deleted. Okay, so now we have to work on that. Okay, for instance, if I just want to fire something here, there is this. I don't know if I can write something before this. Okay, for instance, and since they gave us the colors, we might just stick to blue. Let me see. Okay, I can see they are blue. Okay, we have been using our blue 600. We might just need to customize that, but for now, let's just first go with that. Yes, delete it, and then it's cancel. So that means we have to put whatever we are putting, we have to put onto this here. We just need to put this, and for instance, if I just say console.log deleted, okay, so if I write anything here deleted, let's just go to the console, and I'm just going to simply click here. If I click yes, and you can see deleted. Okay, so this is why we are going to perform our stuff here. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this API request, and let's just go here, and where you put this console, I'm just going to put all this here. Okay, so now what we want is, we haven't gotten the endpoint, so we have to get a way of getting the endpoint. So and if this whole thing is async, so we have to make handle delete. I need to understand this. We can't just use a it has then do this. First of all, I just need to first get this request out of the confirmed. Just out of the confirmed, which stops onto here. Okay, let me see. Const response, then here, the method here, then this. I think that's it. Let me just simply remove this if. Okay, it's like I messed up something. I just first take it back to where it was, just like that. Oh, so this one was there. If result.com is confirmed, oh, okay, so if result is confirmed, then that's when we put this. So just put space here. So in this space is where you paste this. Okay, then we have a problem with response is fetch, and then in the fetch, as if we are missing this. Yeah. Okay, so we have this, and then this await. Okay, so this await brings problem because the await expression are unallowed within async function and at the top level of modules. Okay, so what I can do is I can mark this with async. I don't know if that one is going to work. Okay, just like that. This one, I have no idea if this we have is going to work, but what we have to believe in is that we need to make this, and what we still need to access is the endpoint. Okay, still need to access the endpoint, and the endpoint has to come from here. We have the base, we have the ID, and we haven't gotten the endpoint. So in the data table, let me just go back to the data table. Okay, so in the data table, we need to pass in this. I don't know what is this resource title. We can just go to back office, dashboard, inventory, and just in any of these ones page, we could just get to see suppliers. Okay, so that is cool. So this one will work. Suppliers. Okay, so in the data table, I'm just going to pass in endpoint. Okay, the endpoint is going to be equal to the resource title. So resource, the resource title is going to be the endpoint. Okay, so right now, if I just go ahead and console this endpoint, before I send this endpoint, I can just go ahead and console the endpoint so that we see it. So console this. Okay, console.log the endpoint just like that. Okay, so let me just click on delete. Yes, delete. Okay, so the endpoint is here. Localhost 3000 API categories ID is that. Okay, so I think that is okay. So now what we need is to go and receive this request. Okay, and this is going to be, do we need to wait for the response back? Do we need to wait for the response back? I'm not sure. So we could do a number of things here. Okay, we could first do the response, and then we wait for the response.ok. Okay, let's just see how we are going to do this. We have the response await fetch with the endpoint is okay, method is delete, and one thing we have also to do after this, okay, is to create a router. We have to refresh the page. Okay, let's first handle this this one. So when we send this request, it's going to go to API endpoint, which is categories. So it's going to categories. So just go to the API right now. Go to categories and route. So just going to have another route here. Export async function delete. So I'm just going to have this here. Export async function, and this one is going to be delete. Okay, as simple as that. And then inside here we have the request. The first thing is to get the ID. Okay, and by the way, all we're supposed to do, all these ones are supposed to be in a try catch. We're not using a try catch, but it's always good you have this in a try catch. Okay, but you could just say here, let's get the ID. So const ID. So how do we get the ID from the params? That is a big question. Okay, if you have an ID in a params, and the params, we mean the way we had this endpoint here, this endpoint which has categories, then question mark. So whatever you put on the question mark, they are called search params. Okay, they are called search params, and I had opened a documentation about it here. There is a new function in Next13 they brought in, which is this next URL, and they say it extends the native URL API with additional convenience methods, including Next.js specific properties. So for instance, if you have any request, and for instance you have home question mark name is equally, you can actually access it by saying request dot next URL and then dot search params, and then on the search params you can access actually the params themselves. Okay, and then on the params, if you have the params like this name is equally, you can actually use the get method on it to get whatever you want. And I also put this in our documentation. Okay, I put this in our documentation just here. Just here how to get the ID. Okay, just to get this ID, how to get the ID from search params. So you have the request and you also have the search params, and then you can get the ID is equal request dot next URL dot search params. Then you can run the get method on it to get a specific search param. Okay, if it is slug, you would get a slug. If it was that, you just get this one. Okay, so here you could just say const ID. First of all, you have to pass here the search param, search params. Okay, and then const ID is going to be equal to next, is going to be equal to request. Okay, request dot next URL dot search params dot get, and then we are getting the ID on these search params. Okay, and you can just go ahead and put here return. They just return this ID, return actually return next response dot JSON. Okay, and then on this JSON just return ID, of course, for this console.log error. Okay, let me see, have we been, yeah, we have been having a try catch. I thought we'd not use the try catch. So here inside we have this console.log error, and so just going to get this whole return. I'm just going to have this whole return, and we can just return here and say failed to delete. Failed to delete categories, maybe category, failed to delete category, failed to delete category. Okay, so ID const ID is request dot next URL dot search params dot get ID, and are these the same? Why do I feel like they're not the same? And this, I think this is not necessary really, because if you look at this function, the search params is on the next URL. Okay, let me first remove this. I don't think it is necessary. Let's just use only the request and see. And I just want console.log ID, console.log ID. Okay, console.log ID, and I think that's it. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead right now, try out this. Okay, and this one is not going to be a response. We are going to wait for the response back. Just going to do that. Okay, let's just go ahead here and refresh the page and try out to delete, and we'll see if we can get on the terminal, we can get the function. So just going to click delete. Yes. Okay, here it says deleted. Let's go and see here. on the terminal, and this terminal, let's go and see if we get the ID. Okay, so the ID is here, guys. ID is here very nicely. This is really great. So we have the ID. So what do we do with the ID? So in the route, okay, in the route, what we just need to do is to perform a delete on this. Okay, so how do we perform a delete? You can just take the API, this CRUD reference. Actually, I will just copy this link for you guys, where they perform a CRUD operation using CRUD, using this, so that you can look at all this. But we use the where clause. Okay, so you can see here const delete user is equal await prisma.user.delete. So use the delete method, and then we pass in the where clause. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, and then there is something where they say attempting to delete user with one or more posts results in an error, as every post requires an author, and these are cascading deletes. I think we will meet that problem. Okay, we will meet that problem where we have the cascading deletes. To do cascading, it is preview blah blah. Okay, we just see if we can try to delete. Okay, you see here down here they say to resolve this, there is this, to resolve this, make the version optional. And there is a relation here. I didn't know you can make the relation optional just like this. Okay, that is something I didn't know. You can make the relation optional, but we'll reach on this when we get this problem. We'll come and solve it. For now, let's concentrate on getting this delete. Okay, so what just do here is to say const. Okay, and we get back, I think, the deleted user. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, we get back the deleted user. Yeah, so you have this, just copy this, const delete user. Okay, so I'm just going to say here, so this one is delete category, delete category is await prisma.user. So this one is going to be db. So we have here db, so you say db.category. Okay, db.category, and then .delete where, and then here we pass the ID. Okay, so we pass the ID just like that. Okay, so as simple as this. After this, okay, after this, and I don't think you even need to save it. You could just simply say await, and then if this goes successfully, you could, I think, respond with the delete user. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this, because we're not sending back any response or anything, but you can send, I think, back the deleted user, as simple as that. And we could also console.log this, and we see what happens. And one more thing is here, I have to refresh. Okay, after deleting, I have to refresh the page. That one is easy. We can use the router. So on top here, I'm just going to say const router. Const router is equal to use router. Okay, use router from next navigation. Simple as that. And then here we can just say router.refresh. Okay, router.refresh. as simple as that. So just going to pass in this, then afterwards is when we have this whole thing going on this here. Okay, you could just say you are do we have the endpoint? Okay, so you could just say your resource has been deleted. How would we get the title here? We could just get it from the endpoint, but the endpoint is plural. Okay, your file, you could just say resource deleted, or you could just say here title deleted. Okay, you could just say resource deleted successfully. Resource deleted successfully, just like that. Okay, let's just go ahead and see. Okay, just to refresh. So I'm just going to go ahead. I think I should just go ahead and add a test category. Just add new. Okay, let me just see adding a new test category, like test category to be deleted. This one, test category, and then save. Okay, new category created, and I can just simply now go back here. I have it here, so I'm just going to try on this, and they say yes, deleted. Okay, deleted, resource deleted successfully. Okay, yeah, gone. So it has been deleted. Okay, it has been deleted. Okay, let me add another one. There's something I didn't see properly. Just say here the delete category, and then this is to be deleted. Okay, save this. Okay, just cancel here. So you have this delete category, and then just like try to delete it. Yes. So if I click cancel, nothing happens to it. Click delete. Yes, delete it. So there is that thing where it first goes silent. It's supposed to show at least some sort of loading. I don't like that. It first like thinks. I feel like we could put the loading. Okay, I think it is always waiting for. I think at this point we could wait for the response for sure. I just say this race const race is equal to await. Okay, and we could just have like const race, and then if race dot okay, could just say if raise dot okay. And by the way, I just want to check one thing. Let me first put all these inside. Just move this inside here. Okay, let's first see what it was here putting on the console. Okay, so it puts the, it brings back the deleted category. Okay, by the way, you could just get back this here if we wanted to get, we could get res const here deleted. If we wanted from this, you could just say const deleted data, so you could just even have the deleted, okay, deleted resource or deleted data is equal to response, I think is await response dot json. Okay, and you could just use this here. Instead of saying resource, we could just modify this to use the backticks, and then we could just say whatever category title. So we could just say put data dot, do all of them have titles? I don't think they don't all have titles, so let's stick with that. They might just, not all of them we are deleting have titles, so you might try to be reading the title and the title is not there, so just stick to this resource deleted. And this, you can just leave out this, we don't need the data right now. But I just need to have a sort of a loading state. As it is deleting, I need a loading state. Okay, we can just get that, and I'm just going to go to Flowbyte. Do I need to go to Flowbyte? We already have the delete button, so we have the submit button. I'm just going to use that submit button. What is the submit button? Submit button, we had it is in the form inputs. It is in the form input submit button. Okay, so I need this state that is here. Okay, I'm just need this whole thing here. Okay, just have this, and this is going to be also the loading, and you can see it also takes in the title, but just take in only this. If loading, I'm just going to take it to the delete button here. On this return, whatever that side is here, down here, just going to first paste this one here. Okay, and simply remove this one, cut this. So if loading is true, we have to put this, I think, inside a div or something like this, the fragments. Okay, just put the fragments at the end here. Okay, so we have these fragments, and inside here we have the button, and then we have, if loading is true, we have this loading button, and then we have this normal button. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm just going to put this here. Okay, and then what do we have here? So this, wherever there is blue, I'm just going to say Control F, blue. Okay, and I'm just going to say Control H to red. Okay, I'm just going to convert everything to red. And I'm just going to say here, deleting, please wait. So this one is going to say deleting, please wait. So here, deleting, please wait. So this is what I want, and that means in this function we must have the loading. So I can just set this state from here actually. So const loading. Okay, set loading is equal to use state, and of course by default is going to be false. So when we start this whole thing on top here, when we start here, say set, so this is going to be set loading to true. Okay, so this one is going to set loading to true, and only if this response is back. Okay, and by the way, we could just also console.log response to make sure this comes back. Okay, so when this response is okay and everything is fine, then we can just go ahead and where we have this set loading to false now. Okay, could set the loading false, and then we have this one. We have done a lot of things, but preliminary what we just did, we brought in this loading thing because I don't like to click and a user is not knowing what is happening, and we should be having troubles. Is loading is not defined, and instead of saying is loading, we're just going to use loading. Okay, just say loading. Okay, let's see now. We're just now using loading, not is loading, and let's see. Okay, so that's great. If I just click now delete, you can see now in the background it is saying please wait. So if I say yes, delete it, I just say cancel. So like now on the console we need to have this also catering this. If someone cancels, it shouldn't continue doing this. And how could we do that? I think it is where we have this if confirmed. If is confirmed yes, and then it's supposed to have the else part. I guess maybe on the else we could also try set this. We could just have only set loading to off to back to also normal, and let's reload. And these two buttons need to be in a flex. I don't know why they are not aligned. Use context. What is that? Okay, so just try again. Just delete and say cancel. Okay, yeah, so now it is okay. So you see if you cancel, it stops everything. Okay, so you just also have this is still the test, so you just delete this. So yes, delete. So you can see now deleting a list. Yeah, so resource deleted successfully. This is great. Okay, because at least when it goes back, it says it is deleting. After deleting, then it has this whole pop-up. And of course, I think in that case, um, this whole swirl thing, I don't believe is really nice. Maybe on the asking, it is too much. I don't know if you can customize. I feel like it is too much, guys. If I just go on the delete button, maybe we could just use it only for this the confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete this? And then after that, we could instead use the toast. Okay, I feel like the toast is very clean. So you say toast, you say toast dot success. Okay, and then we have here deleted successfully. Okay, successfully. Let's try again. Okay, I'm just going to try again. Let's first create a category to delete. Okay, we can first try to create a category we are going to delete. So this category title, just say test as usual. What did I do? So test, sorry, test category, and then this is going to say like test category, save. Okay, just cross this, and I'm just going to come here delete. So it is still asking us a question. Okay, and I feel like we could even build our own notification. You can just go ahead and build your own notification, and you could always just do that by using the use state. But I just go with this one. Yes, delete it. So deleting, please wait, and deleted successfully. It is gone. Yeah, I think it is much better like putting than putting the other huge thing. I don't think it is good. Okay, so now we have this, and I don't know why these alerts they did not put the confirm. The ones of React Hot Toast, they don't have the confirm examples. That is something that you would have thought about, I guess, because it would be so much consistent with the theme and all that kind of stuff. The React Hot Toast, I think they don't have anything to do with the confirming. You could just go and also try that. There is nowhere, I think, in the documentation they talk about the confirm or anything. Anyways, okay, we have that part done. Now what we just only need to do is transforming this and put it on every stuff. Let's just do it very quickly. So the fact that we have this delete button working dynamically on anything, okay, this is very important. Now let's just go to the route. So on the route, I'm just going to simply copy this, delete. I'm just going to go starting from brands. So go to brand route and simply put this. And the only thing we are changing where there is delete brand. Okay. Wait, this is going to be brand. Okay, that's it. Then this deleted category, we can remove this console. and we can just of course pass in the deleted brand. This would be maybe just put this deleted brand. We could just go and put this here. Okay, I'm just going to go at the same time, copy this, put it to the next. So from brands we have categories, from categories we have items, the same thing to the item. Okay, just do this. Okay, delete, and then here we have deleted item. Okay, and then here we have item. Okay, where ID is ID, and just return deleted item, just like that. And here the error is failed to delete item. Okay, and then they just go to, we have item, then we have suppliers. So just do the same thing for the suppliers. Okay, so just do the same thing for the suppliers. Fail to delete supplier. Okay, supplier. Okay, and then we could just come here, ID deleted supplier. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and just put here supplier, and this is going to be db dot supplier, and then this one is going to be deleted supplier. Okay, so next is units, so just go to the units. Okay, just go to the units and paste this, and this is going to be unit, and just simply go to request. So just have here is going to be unit, here is going to be deleted unit, unit again, deleted unit. Okay, and finally I'm just going to go to warehouse. Okay, just going to go to warehouse. So just put for this warehouse, and we have the delete, and ID is equal request next to it, and then we have deleted warehouse, and this is db.warehouse, and then here is warehouse, deleted warehouse. Okay, and then down here is going to fail to delete warehouse. Okay, so now it's time we test out. Okay, just going to test out if everything is working the way we think. Go out here and let's start with supplier. So I'm just going to go supplier and create a test supplier. Okay, create a test supplier here. Supplier name, just use a fake filler, and just going to use test supplier, just like that, and then yep, save. New supplier created successfully, and just create two maybe. Okay, test 2. Just leave this one the way it is, and just say click save. Okay, so you have two suppliers who have been created, and just go here. Okay, we have the test supplier and this one. So just go to delete. Okay, so yes, delete. Deleting, please wait, gone. Okay, that is great. Just go on this. Are you sure you won't be able to revert this? Okay, so you say yes. Deleting, please wait, gone. Okay, so this is great. So the supplier delete is working correctly and everything is fine. Okay. The only thing maybe I should do is go to, and I can first cross all these ones, cross, or I just want to go to components, dashboard, delete button. I just need to maybe just slightly reduce the font of this. I don't know the text here. What's the text here? There is this font. Wait, I'm not seeing text. I just need to give it maybe text SM. Let me just say text, like really small text. I don't know, and it is fighting with which one? Oh, it is already actually there, text SM. And what is text SM? 0.8714 pixels. We could just say text, and let me specify 0.5 rem. Okay, just like a very small number. Okay, the supplier, the thing is working well. They go to the units. Okay, just going to go to the units, and I think we should also have the loading. That transition between pages is supposed to, we are supposed to have the loading spinner. Okay, and I think we can just work on it. Okay, we can simply work on it. They just go to flow byte. Okay, so we need a spinner like this one, the way you are seeing that. So you can just put here loading. Okay, a loading indicator. So, and you could just go and get a custom one. For instance, you can design your a loader or something, but for simplicity I will simply just use some of these predefined. What is this? We need a loading indicator. Okay, spinner. Okay, this one, and there is also this one, and there is a skeleton. I think we can use a skeleton. Let me see here if we just have the skeleton. Okay, so you can have, there is what you call a skeleton, and if you look at the skeleton, this is how it does the thing. Okay, and they have also for like the image, they have video placeholders, they have text placeholders. Maybe you could also use that, but just use the first one. Okay, of course you could pre-design this with the way you want. I think for the page list placeholder or whatever, they have all these things going on. Let's just take this. It looks like a list. Just going to copy that, and we just go to the layout. So you could just up, and this, you can put this either in the backend layout, or you could just put on the whole you could just come and put in this one. I'm just going to create app, and then in the app I'm just going to create loading. So just create loading.js, and in this loading.js just say RFC, and it should specifically be called that name. Don't change the name to something else. Loading, and here I'm just going to say, is it supposed to take in children? I think just simply return this. Control F wherever there is class. I'm just going to say Control F, replace it. Control H is class name, and enter. Okay, so we have this whole thing here. I have no idea if this is going to work. Okay, but we have it in the loading. So this loading is always, it is always called when there is fetching of data, or if there is loading in the app. This loading.js will always be called. Okay, and this you can just go ahead and redesign it the way you want. These are just like a bunch of divs. Okay, these are like a bunch of divs. You can just go and design it the way you want them to be. Okay, so probably we'll see it in when we're just like changing pages. For now, let's focus on creating like just doing our thing. I'm just going to create a test here, and abbreviation is going to be TT, maybe test. Okay, save. Create another one, test2, and TT2. Just save, and can close out of this. Okay, so we have these ones. I want to delete them. Just like simply click delete. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, so you can see that now it is having a more smaller font. If you look at this, it is a more smaller font. Deleting, please wait. And the deleting is working. Wow. I just go to something else. Now we have tested the supplier. Let's go to the warehouse. Okay, let's go to the warehouse, and okay, so I'm just going to create a new one for deleting. Okay, just create here a fake field. I'm just going to call this test warehouse, just like that. Saving new warehouse. Close out of this, and let's delete it. Okay, yes, delete. Deleting, please wait. Deleted successfully. That's great. Just go to another one. We have categories, brands. Just test brands. And my page transitions are not doing the loading.js. Okay, let me just a second. Next.js documentation. I think we have the Next.js documentation already here. I'm just going to click search. Just going to say loading. Okay. Okay, I think just putting this loading UI something. Loading UI and streaming. So the special file loading.js helps you to create meaningful loading UI with React Suspense. Now with this conversion, you can show instant loading states from the server. So create the loading. So for instance, you can also create for the dashboard. Let's just drop this in the back office. I'm just going to drop this in the back office. Okay, move back office just like that. For some reason, I don't know why it is not working. Let's see. And here you can see here export. Okay, export default function loading. Yes, so exactly, we have export default function loading, and then we have our loading spinner, wherever it is. Yeah, so you can just add your loading UI or whatever. So in the same folder will be nested with layer.js. It will automatically call the raw page, blah blah. Okay. Okay, so it is using React Suspense behind the scenes. Okay. Okay, we suggest that. Just create here for the brands. Let me just create the one for just test brand, test brand, just like that. Save. Okay, close out of this. Oh, so you saw that. Okay, you saw that it is now working. So delete this test brand. Yes, delete. Deleting. Please wait. Great. So now you saw the loading is working. Somehow I saw it somewhere. And finally, just go and delete the item. Okay. Just going to go and delete the item. Okay. Just going to create a test item. Okay. Just going to create a test item. Just create test item, and for purposes of delete, okay, and I'm just going to use fake filler. My PC is freezing. Okay, just use a fake filler here, and I'm just going to item test item. Okay, we have the test item, and you could just upload the image if you wanted to. Okay, just go and upload. And this is also to test why I'm doing the new thing, is also to test, since we added the edit functionality, we did not test the we had not tested the new. Remember, we did this whole if statement in the make post request, so we had not checked. Just need to upload something here, maybe one of these thumbnails. Okay, I just upload like a cat or something. Just upload this keto and upload. Okay. Okay, so the keto is there, and just say save. Save the uploaded, the updated, saving updated item. Please wait. Why is this taking? I think we have something wrong here on the update for the item. Okay. You just wait and see. Just saving. It's supposed to say save new. I think I did not change the title. So it can't be the new. It's supposed to be creating creating a new item. Something went wrong, and just quickly check. Just here, this function, you can see API items undefined. Okay, just check for the item. And this is what I was saying, is that we did not test very well this thing. So just go to where do we start from? We start from the dashboard, dashboard, inventory, not integration, inventory, item. Okay, so everything we need is here. We could start from the page. So this page is sending the data, which has no problem. By the way, this one. Now let's go to where we have the new. So in the new, remember, we are sending these two types of data. So in the new, we are entering the initial data, and there is update, which is false. So we have all this fetching going on right now, power of fetching. We get all that. Okay, so here we have this if is update, and this, let's see the name of the form up here, supposed to be new. Yes, new item. That is okay. So if is update, so you can see the update is false, so it has to take this new item. Okay, so on the create form, what are we sending? We are sending the initial data and is update. So go to the create form. Okay, so in the create form, we accept all this, including the initial data and is update. Okay, that's interesting. So we have also initial data and is update. So and so initially we're also considering this. If is update is false, first of all, this button has to change. If is update is true, supposed to be updated item. Let's see what is it doing here. Which button is here? Save updated item. So right now it is saying updated is true, because it is showing this updated mode. Okay, which is weird. Let me see. I remember this was supposed to be false. Is update is false by default. Do we have the okay, so and that's why it is doing a wrong if statement, is doing this wrong if statement, because it's making, I think it's supposed to make like a post request. Let me see here, and it's making a put, guys. You see, it is trying to make a put request, and just because of this is update, if I just go ahead and console.log is update, console.log, okay, is update, okay, console.log is update, and it's supposed to be, for some reason, supposed to be false, but I see as if it is true actually here. Okay, let's just check down here. Okay, and you can see here on this is saying true. If I look at the console, you can see here create form is saying true. So what is determining the trueness of is update? Where does this is update originate from? We have here this is new. Let's just go back in a second. Okay, if you just go to is update, where in this ID, this is where we are setting is update true. Okay, here we are having this, coding this, and this is in the item update ID. This on this detailed page is where we are setting this data is equal wait get item ID, and then we have data. We are setting new initial data as data, and then we have is update true. Then on the new is not supposed to have that. Okay, let's see. So this is taking in this new. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So by default we are saying new item is initial data going to empty and is update is false. Okay, and this happened to be, are we supposed to call the new item or the create? Okay, so what I'm just going to do is instead of because we are calling this new item, we are giving it initial data and is update false, and then we have all this bunch of data. We have all this bunch of data, and then we come again, we call the, and at this point guys, it is still a new, because if you check here the title is called new item. Okay, oh okay, I see. So on this we are supposed to give it the actual data, we are giving it initial data. Okay, so we could maybe, already we have this one coming as initial data and this one update. So what I'm just going to do is, one thing to avoid this confusion is going to be like I'm just going to call this this whole thing here Control C. I'm also going to go to the dashboard and call this whole thing as new item dot jsx new item jsx, and let me just paste this exactly the way it is. Okay, so instead also in items new page, instead of putting this, I'm just going to do exactly what I'm putting in the page. Okay, I'm supposed to give also the initial data and also is update, the way this one is doing it. Okay, let me just copy this and put it inside this here. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. I'm just trying to see the best way to die. Okay, so just get this page, and that I'm just going to initialize it as just like an empty object, and is update, I'm also going to initialize it as false, like false, I just like that. The only thing is, where do we get this new item? Just first remove this. Okay, just get this new item. Okay, get this new item. Here I give it data as empty and is update as false. Okay, not actually sure of what I'm doing right now, but I'm trying to see if we just also get this also inside. We also get this from components, and then we give it some data for it. Okay, now I don't know if this whole thing changes. Let me just refresh. And for some reason it doesn't. Okay, this is great. We even have our loading. I need to give it a full width. That would be later, but let me just try to see if anything changed. We still have where this save update. How did we come to reach here? Let me just first go back to the items. We have here, if I click on this new item, how does it come to get this save update? Okay, and it is still saying in this true. That's really weird. Because it is only in the update where we're having this initial data set to true, and then in this new page here we have is update set false. Okay, so just go to the new item. It is taking in this and this. The problem is it is also sending this data down. Okay, it's sending this data down to the create form. Okay, it is sending it down to the create form. Oh, and on the create form we are having this to true. It's supposed to be is update. Okay, it's supposed to be is update, not true, but is update. Okay, because this is update is coming from here, and this is where it comes, so it's supposed to come here, and I think that's where the problem was. Okay, here, and this whole thing of refactoring I think was not even necessary, but let's hope now it should just now say false, and should also change this one. Okay, let me refresh, because now it is supposed to be false right now, I guess. Yep, yeah. So you can see it is false now, and then it is saving save item, so this is great. Okay, so that one took us a thing to figure out that. That's the good thing. I don't remove these cuts because it may think it is boring, but actually you learn a lot to see how the troubleshooting goes on and this whole thing. Okay, and it made us create the whole new item, and yeah, it is good because if you see in the new item, we are having also using the new item, giving it initial data is empty, and is update is false, and in the update we have the data. Okay, and even is update is true, so that is okay. Let me just use a fake filler here right now and just put here update, no, just like test item. Okay, and just simply, I don't know, we should upload the image. Just upload the image. Just go ahead and choose this. kettle again and just upload it. Okay, and now let's just try to save this. Save. Now save new item. It is good. Okay, new item created. Let's just close out of this. Okay, we have the loading. Nice. And we have the test item here. I'm just going to say delete. I said delete. Yes, delete this. Deleting, please wait. Okay, item deleted successfully. So yeah, good. So the item is also deleting. That one is great. So now the remaining part we're having is we have the warehouse working, all these ones. The part we still have to work on is the adjustment. But for now, I just want to work on refining before we go to the adjustment. Now, if you try to view our app, we still have a lot of things. I'm just going to try to view it. This thing actually I think died. It's no longer working, but I think there is a responsive viewer. I don't know if that is a website or is it a website or something. Responsive viewer. I think they call it responsive viewer. I think it is responsive viewer. It is I think it is this or this. There is this. I'm also looking for my responsive viewer. There is this one. I think it is there in Chrome. You can paste here the link, I guess, like so. I think supposed to fetch. Let me just go to this, to the app, and then go to extensions, responsive viewer. Okay. So it tries to view this whole thing on different devices, but this is to give us the idea of how responsive this is, and it also gives us the so that we can so default. I think we can change this. I think this iPhone X is big. Okay, I think we can check with this one. Okay, we can check with this one, iPhone, which is 375. There is desktop. There are no screens show, tablet, mobile, default. Let's look for the small screen. I think there is S8 is big. I think iPhone X is the only one that is small. I think there is also Galaxy S9, which is this one. Okay, this one. So just make it, we must make it look good onto this one. The first thing is this padding on our table. So you can look our table, really they are not looking great. I just need to hide one and just want to optimize one. So this one, which is 360, is the one we should optimize for, maybe. Okay, to make sure it looks good onto this one. Maybe we could also just start from this one. So I'm just going to go to, for instance, the table. So if I just go to the data table, components, data table. And by the way, if you have a better resource for the responsive viewer, you can also let me know. So this is relative overflow x, table width is full sm. Where is this padding coming from? Okay, so I think this is the padding on the layout, is it? We could also go and check in the layout, this layout. We see if we have some padding going on. So we have main and we have margin L60 this. We don't have anything to do. We don't have anything to do with this. I'm wondering where does this padding come from? But we can start also with this text, I think. On the small screen, let me just go back to the data table. Why are these things so many? Let me just first close all this. Just scroll down to data table, and we can start with the maybe titles. We reduce them a bit. Okay, so this title is under TD. Okay, is under TD, so we have this text PY, and I'm just going to say on small screen text. If I just say text SM, I don't know how this one will affect. Let's see. Nothing. And by the way, the this menu is perfect. For it, I like it. The only thing I'm still not liking is this whole thing. I think this text SM is not working. How about text 0.5 RAM? Okay, so it works, but I think it is not necessary. Okay, maybe, but I think the table is okay. The table is, maybe we could just leave it just like that. If it is scrollable, you can see that the table is scrollable on the small screen. Okay, the only bad part I saw that was terrible was on the home. Okay, so on the home was really terrible. If you go to the home, what is that? This responsive viewer is also crazy, guys. I don't know what is going on right now. Even the screen we are on, I cannot tell. Why can't we go on home? Let me just first close all this whole crazy thing. I'm just going to use the normal responsive F12 and see. So this, why is this link not working? Let's first see. I thought this one is takes us to home. back to the dashboard. It doesn't have a link like this home. Does it have a link? Sidebar. Let's see sidebar here. Where do we have this home thing? Oh, so home doesn't have this a link. Okay, so it's supposed to be dashboard. It's supposed to be dashboard. Localhost 3000. Let's just first remove this. View dashboard. It is dashboard, then home, then overview. Just check this. So if you just go, you go home. So in the home, it is dashboard home. So in the home is where you have this, and you have the home just like that. Then we have the overview is why we have this dashboard. Okay, so we have dashboard, home, overview. Okay, sidebar. So we have this as dashboard stroke home, then stroke overview, just like that. Okay, so just go back. Okay, so now if you hover on home, is having the same link like this one. Okay, so this was the most terrible part, I guess, when I was seeing on the when I was seeing on responsive. Let me toggle this on. So this wasn't looking good at all. You see, just like that. And in the mobile screen, we can just take this off. So we can first go to these things and we start like making it look somehow nice. So on the overview page, we have this dashboard banner, which I can clearly say that we have this hidden blah blah. What we just need to say is that, so grid, so this grid is going to be only in LG, so LG grid, and then he's going to be hidden. Okay, so like on small screens we really want it to be hidden. Then now we have these ones, the sales things. Just go to page, go to sales overview. I thought these are already responsive. I'm surprised. Okay, so we have the sales activity, return sales activity card. So we have this grid, PR8 grid calls 4, and we could just say this one is supposed to be LG. Okay, and on a normal circumstance supposed to be calls, maybe call span. Yes, say grid. First wait, let me first look at the sales activity card. How is this look like? It is a link overall. Okay, so if you look at styles, okay, so we just control it from here in the sales overview. So just say by default, yes, we're going to give how many cards? Let me see. First of all, you can say now. First of all, we need them to be this and this to occupy full width. Okay, it is in conjunction with the second one, which is this one. So where we have this grid core span 12, we just need this one to be LG. This is LG, but by normal circumstances it should be core span. I think there's core span 4. Okay, we use this core span 4, and this goes also to this one. This is a core span 4, then LG core 4. Like on the small screen, we want it to occupy the 12. On big, only 4. And then the same thing here. This one on the big screen occupies 8. This one on the small screen 4. Now at the same time, when we go inside here, we have LG grid core span 4. We could do MD. We could do 2. I think MD could just say core grid core 2. Maybe, let's just see. Okay, so now we have something like this. Okay, just like that. Then we have this. I think we could even make it still use 2, but let's just maintain, I don't know, like 1. This at this point is really so big. Okay, MD about 3, and then SM, we still have 1, which is SM, and we could just say grid core 2, just like that. Let's see now. Yeah, so this is much better. Okay, so this is a much better way of dealing with it. So even this one, we could do the same thing on this. Just do this. SM, they should be just like 2, then so this one is core span, LG core span that, then we have this where we have these 2 cards. Depending if we want to leave them just like that, we can just actually leave them just like that. And there is this. Okay, so this is okay. Only we have this problem of tabs. I'm just going to sort that in a second. But so far so good. So far so good. Now the details we could add here. We could first of all have the total items. Instead of giving this, we could also fetch some data here. We saw some real numbers. We have the inventory here. There is inventory summary, and this quantity to be received. We have all this data. We need to understand very properly the data we are going to show on the dashboard, depending on what we have already. But I just also want to work onto this thing of I still feel like the way we handled this, they are not responsive. These pages, let's first see. Go back to F12 and let's see how it looks like. So they're supposed to have freaks. Let's first look at them. Where do we have the go back to home overview here? So I think it is in this dashboard layout. So inside the home we have some layout here, and we have this home nav bar. Then in this home nav bar is where we have these links, and then in the links we have this, and then down is where we have these nav links. Okay, we have those nav links, and we would have used, I think, the tabs. If you go to Flowbyte, just a second, we are about to finish this. Okay, just going to Flowbyte, just search for tabs. Okay, you could search for tabs, and then we have also tabs with icons. I don't know, do these ones have icons? No. Okay, so you could scroll down here. They just see my machine is freezing. Okay, so there is these ones. Look at these, they look really much better. If you look at this, there is also this one. I think this is the one we have. Okay, and they are anchor tags. So let's copy this. I'm just going to transform that to this. First of all, how we can transform this is that we can have the div. There is this div, and then there is this URL. Let me first copy it, and then let's go how we are going to change this. So inside this nav, okay, where we have this nav, I'm just going to minimize everything and just simply put this. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and remove all these stuff. I'm just going to leave only 2. Okay, I'm trying to change those to better ones. Okay, just change these ones. So okay, we remain with 2. Okay, and why I'm remaining with 2 is to have the active one and the non-active one. Okay, so try to save this. And what I need to do is, what do I need to do? What I need to do is, we have navlinks.map. So that means that this map is supposed to be, let me just also copy this map. This map is supposed to be inside the UL, inside here. And what are we mapping on? We are mapping on all this. First of all, copy this class the way it is, and this is for the active one, I guess. Profile, let's check. Okay, so the active one is this dashboard. Okay, so this is the non-active one. Just copy this. Okay, I'm just going to cut this. Oh, sorry, I cut it, but just cut this and let's go to hours, this nav link. The class name, we have the one of active and non-active. So the non-active is this. Just have this, paste this. Did I just copy? Okay, so let me just go back, Ctrl Z and copy. Instead this time let me just copy, come here and put this. Okay, and then for the active one, it is the dashboard, this one. So copy this, Ctrl C, and just paste it if the pass name is the same. So I'm pasting it here, just like that. Another thing now is this li is inside the li tag. So just simply copy this, cut, and just put it inside the li tag. So this is the li tag, like that, and it has a class a class name of me2. Okay, which is margin, right? Okay, so now these ones, now they are useless. The only thing that is remaining is to put this. Okay, so do this and minimize this, so I can remove this now, these two of them. Just remove this. Okay, so it's inside the UL, so this one we can remove this. Just remove this, and the only one thing that is remaining is also transferring the key. So the key that we are putting here is no longer on the li tag, but it is on this. It is not on the link, but it is on the li tag, just like that. I don't know how this looks like. Okay, yeah, we have some changes. Okay, we have some changes, and this because I think of the sticky thing going on. I don't know if we really needed to make this sticky. Margin top 6, blah blah. Let me remove this. Okay, it doesn't change anything much, but we have this now. Recent updates. Do we have like 2 lines? Where do I get this other line? Where do I get the second line? Do I have it the border bottom? Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah, I think it is this one. Border bottom, border slate 300. Okay, let me just first remove that. You see? Okay, so we have it that way. I think it's much better. And then like you just have get started, and it is moving the dashboard, and then you have this, then you have that, you have this. Okay, so the only problem we have right now is we have this margin top 6 in the nav, margin top 6. Okay, margin top, I think margin top has no problem. Okay, but yeah, just move, just for now let's just stick with this one. Is working properly and it shows the active state. The only our line where this one starts is entering. If you look at sales activity, like on others they are entering, but for the sales activity it looks great. Okay, it looks great, and we are having this responsive. we have them coming inside here on the small screen, which I don't like. Okay, so the sales activity, where is the title? Where is these ones? Let's first look at them. If it is their padding, but they're supposed to be like that. If you change them, at least to give this padding, introduce the padding slightly a bit. The li tag, they have border bottom, border blue, blah blah, that is the one. Inline block padding 4. Okay, padding, they have padding of 4. Can I stake px to remain on 4, but py of 2? The same thing up. Okay, let me just see this now. Need the padding introduced a little bit. Yep. Yeah, so you can see a list now. The padding is more somehow. And then like, I think on the sales activity, we should also push it a little bit. Okay, so we can just go to page, sales overview, padding. So you have to give some sort of padding here. Okay, so on the small screen, I just say padding y of 16. I think this is too big. Okay, yeah, I think that is much better. Yes, move with that, and we could just make this one only work on, so on LG, maybe just say LG padding y8, just stay back to 8. On the big screens, like, it goes back to 8, I guess, whatever, but just stick with this. And now we have like the announcements. So these ones will just of course have the same thing, the padding, but right now this looks fine. Okay, so at least we have this. This is really, we have moved. I like this. Then now what will be remaining is to put the actual numbers, and then next in the next episode we'll work specifically on the inventory adjustment. We have not made the edit button work on the inventory adjustment. We still have 2 modules to work on to make sure that we can change the inventory. Okay, like for instance, to work on these 2 buttons, we have not worked on the edit and even delete. And the reason being, I just still want this add to make sense. When we click on add, I need it to change actually the actual figures in the both warehouse, both in the items, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, so we'll make sense of this in the next episode, where we'll be concentrating specifically on the adjustment only alone. And after finishing adjustment, this whole part will be almost done. We just now make the home, and then we'll be done. So in the next episode, we'll just work on the stock transfers and stock increment adjustments, so that we make all this to make sense. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, share the content with others, and smash that like button. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.